life. Be there. I know somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful.
Okay, sorry, Ron.
Copyright
Ready
strike.
whenever you are.
Copyright striked already.
Oh, you already started?
Yeah. Welcome back.
Hey,
Welcome back to Slop.
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 It's a good way to start.
Something less offensive
It's not for profit.
podcast. Slop.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get sloppy. So, we are your many varied hosts this week. We have a new addition. I'm Mark.
I'm Sean. I couldn't make it last week because we do this every week. But I'm here now, and I'm delighted to be here.
What's up? I'm Soren. You know what it is. We keep it popping. We keep it slopping.
And I'm Ron. I laugh at all those jokes that he's making over there. He's a funny guy.
I'm Chad. I'm a part of the slop.
We're all a part of the Slop
We
here.
are sloppy fellows.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's get sloppy.
it's time to get your weekly slop.
So, you guys were talking about, before we started, you were mentioning, well, two things, but I'll start with the Wizard 101, was it? Or RuneScape Girlfriends?
Yeah.
I didn't play too much of it. I played a little bit of each, but not too deep.
So firstly, for people who don't know, we should probably describe what Wizard 101 is. It is a multiplayer experience online for computers where you play as young wizards going to a school not unsimilar to Hogwarts. And you specialize, in your own particular magic. It's pretty cool. Lots of expansions. All the characters are made to look like they're like 12 maximum. So that's what the game is. Now let's get into what happens in the game.
What happens in the game, Sean?
What happens in the game?
You're leading us
You're
off
the
with
expert.
this one.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
I know you did it. I know you did.
I would prefer to talk about my experience with RuneScape, actually, which has a similar experience, and I can describe this in detail. So, imagine you're like, 13. You're just sitting at your computer. You go to the Grand Exchange, which is, in RuneScape, this is where the stocks are, the items are for sale. There's not really stocks, but it works similarly, supply and demand. So you go and you're like, yeah, I want to buy some shit. I want to spend some money. I want to earn some money. The world is a land of opportunity for a financial deviant like myself. And you're going along, and then this guy starts following you. And when you follow somebody in RuneScape, they just trail behind you, and they're like, want to buy GF 1 mil. And you're like, shit, I still look like a female because of that one quest with the riddle. And then you're like, no,
You've been there.
You're like, no, I'm not selling my GF. Not for sale. You try to tell them, and then they like,
So
they
sad.
keep following
I
you.
give you good deal, man.
Why do they have accents?
Because it's RuneScape.
Because they're probably Russian,
They're probably
It's
Russian.
like Counter-Strike, like 9 out of 10 times.
Cappuccino no
The
fun.
Russians. From America.
No problem.
All I can think of is Eddie now in my brain. Sorry, but yeah, buying girlfriends.
But this was just a phenomenon throughout RuneScape where people would like go in any of the major cities or any of the big hubs and try to buy a girlfriend for exuberant prices. And it makes you wonder.
What was the payoff of buying a girlfriend? Like, how did that interact within the world? Like, did they just follow you around? Did they have the pleasure to saying, I have a girlfriend? Or, like, was there an actual in-game, like, why? Why?
Oh, it's definitely a status thing.
I mean, like, young kids are playing, or like 12, 13, right?
Mhm.
Like teenagers, it's like girlfriends for real estate.
Yeah.
First
Just-
of all. But do you think anybody got married for real through that?
Oh yeah, for
meeting?
sure. No, I'm actually certain.
Probably.
It's happened in life that they've like met up, gotten married. Probably a RuneScape themed wedding. But also, I want to talk about Wizard 101, which was the same thing. There was a common ground, and anytime you entered that common ground, there was like a text thing at the bottom of the screen, and it would just be filled with people like looking for girlfriend, and then there would always be a girl named Taylor Swift, and she would be like,
So many
because that was one of the names you could pick. because there was like the pre-generated names in that game.
Yeah.
And there would always be a girl named Taylor Swift who was probably controlled by like a 45-year-old man married with children. And he would be like, I'll be your girlfriend.
I mean, hell, I did the same thing in RuneScape.
Yeah.
You know, like I made a secondary character. I was like, fuck, if they're gonna pay me $1 million, I want whatever you want me to be.
No.
I'll be whatever you want
I
me
was
to
a
be.
pricey hooker, but I was a hooker nonetheless.
So is that prostitution in RuneScape? Then?
Digital.
I guess so.
It is
But I
definitely-
mean, like,
It's like digital.
you're not really
service.
I guess so. You're not really receiving any service though,
Yeah.
aside from GF.
It's like being a sugar daddy.
Questionable.
It's
Um,
really
may not
dumb.
even
I got
feature.
married in Wizard 101.
Wow.
I was at the wedding.
I think you were there too.
I was probably there.
It was at my house,
Can't
my
imagine
humble
I wasn't.
abode.
All right, this has been
I
a
got
wonderful
a
show.
new suit for it, and I dyed it black and white.
Oh my god.
I think my girlfriend's name was like, I don't even know, like Olivia Waterheart or something.
I think you had multiple.
I had a few, yeah, I
You
did
had an
actually
arrow.
cheat on her, actually.
Oh
I remember, and
God.
there was
Oh
some
my
drama
God.
on that.
No
Probably
way.
with a Taylor Swift, I would imagine. You know, nice blonde
Probably.
Taylor Swift, School of Ice,
Mhm.
Taylor
Hot.
Swift poster.
hot.
Hot.
What?
I
Bright blue
I do
eyes,
remember us
blonde
just
hair.
being at like somebody's house,
Yeah.
you know, to the wee hours of the morning.
Oh,
just, like chatting up.
Babes.
yeah, yeah.
At like
totally.
12 years old. Which
I-
were probably like a bunch of 20-year-old men, honestly.
I threw crazy house parties because I had the storm house and I had a glitch in my house where you could walk out on these rugs into the ocean.
Yeah,
That shit was cool.
it was dope.
That shit was
Shark would
I remember
swim
that
for
to
you.
this day. I remember what that
It was
was.
a good time.
Now, that reminded me. Did you guys pay for subscriptions to Wizard 101 and RuneScape and stuff? Or
My dad did.
Yeah. More.
No, I was
accurate.
always free to play, honestly.
Yeah.
But I didn't play too
Yeah,
much of it either.
I did the free-to-play stuff for Wizard 101.
Now, have there been any games you guys like do the subscription service for? Like even nowadays, like the Warzone Battle Pass. Or
I think
anything
my
like that?
stepdad had a subscription to WoW, and I think we all just kind of used that.
Oh right, WoW is
Because
WoW
you can
just
make like a bunch of
subscription-based?
characters. on
It's-
the
I think there's a
subscription.
free to play, but like it's only like level 25.
It's
or
not
something.
worth it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to get your feet wet, but I mean, you're not going to experience.
It's like a trial.
Yeah, it's a very
There
basic like skim of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, and there's restrictions like you can't be in a party or something. Like you can't add friends or just stuff like that.
I tried playing it a few years back with you guys on my old laptop, but for starters, my laptop was complete dog shit. But also, I wasn't that into it. I don't know why. It seems like a fun
if
time.
you're playing it on a laptop, it probably was not running.
I was
like,
on
at all.
minimal graphics. Like I was on like 2 pixels.
That's
like-
not. It's probably
It's
wasn't.
already
as
on
fun.
fire by the time the game opens, essentially.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've gotten 2nd-degree burns from my laptop just by keeping it on my lap.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Messing up your testes, bro.
that's the plan, right? Why pay for
Yeah.
why
That's the
pay for getting
cheapest
your
form of-
tubes tied, or what do you do
Cheat
for
code.
dudes?
Cheat
Dudes don't
code.
get their tubes tied.
You just
Yeah.
get your balls chopped off.
Yeah, I get my balls chopped off. It's cheaper. It's free.
Incinerated.
Castrated.
It's free to incinerate my
All right.
testicles. and then chop them
Vasectomy.
off. Yes,
Is what
thank
they
you.
call
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
Cauterize.
That's the medical
tubes.
terms.
Yeah.
This is
I
good
don't know what
material.
they do with the vasectomy.
Sloppy
you can have it
material.
reversed.
This is
so I
a
don't know
great
what they-
material. We're
They just
really
separate it.
reeling into
Yeah.
people right
And
now.
then-
So
You can
anyway,
forge it back together.
Let's
I did just
go back to
cancel my
something
World of
less
Warcraft
offensive.
subscription
Ooh, yeah.
because of Blizzard's crustiness.
Rusty.
I don't pay them anymore. I was paying them, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're the crustiest company right now," and I was like, "No, Disney's the crustiest company, but you're pretty close, so I'm not going to pay you
They have
anymore."
been. And we could all tell. Anybody playing WoW could tell, but like, it was just hard to pinpoint. I guess.
What do you mean
No-
they could tell?
Well, the quality has dropped off
Yeah,
in years.
I haven't played it in like so long.
Yeah, I mean it's past its prime. It's kind of just struggling to be relevant at this point.
Blizzard?
MMOs.
Yeah, and WoW in general.
Oh, like MMOs in general.
World of Warcraft.
I feel like MMOs, they're not really long for this world overall. Like, people still play them, but
People have just gotten so competitive. I mean, battle royales and competition things like Fall Guys. Like people just want to
like
win.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
That's your go-to
Well, yeah.
competitive
Well,
scene.
Yes, because sure, Rocket League. Okay, let's talk about Rocket League then,
Oh God.
or whatever. But and I'm just saying, like, You know, I'm not that much of a gamer,
No,
so that was the first thing that popped into my head.
That's funny though. Out of all the, I think Fall Guys is the least.
Well,
like they're.
But it caught
No
on.
way.
It caught on like wildfire for like a month or two because people will just want
It
to
was-
win. Is what I'm
It
saying.
was like a week. Honestly.
People are less like grinding, and they're more of just like, I just want to win.
Yeah.
You know, they want to win the battle royale. They want to win the competition show. They want to win the match of Rocket League. Since you're so hell bent on not using Fall Guys,
I mean, Rocket League.
I think it all goes hand in hand with like just like the monopolization of like the video game industry and shit, and just like how monetized it is and how YouTubers can make so much money off of streaming video games and being really, really good at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They get like sponsorships and shit.
you're not
Like why Fall Guys is way more popular, and just games that are competitive are way more popular than MMOs these days, is because literal like celebrities come out of those games, like
Yeah.
icons.
You don't have celebrities in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, like there's like you can't be so good at World of Warcraft that everyone wants to watch you play World of Warcraft.
You just
for
grind
hours.
until you
like,
win.
Yeah, maybe like 10 years ago, you
Yeah.
had like your WoW YouTubers, but they're not.
That's not
really-
exciting
No,
anymore. Yeah.
it's not.
They wanna see
it's
you,
not
like-
relevant.
They were pretty small time even back then.
Yeah, they want to see
Leroy
you like owning
Jenkins
noobs.
is really the only example.
Right. That was
you
like,
can think.
and that's just like one meme.
And even then, they weren't like that successful as like as far as celebrities go.
I did see this meme. I believe it was a StarCraft tournament. It was back in the day. It was like early 2010s. Like I think it was in the year 2010, but the prize roster was like $5,000, $4,000, $1,000, and the fifth place winner, the last place to get a prize, got 25 bitcoins. That was the prize at that year. Little did they know that person probably became like a millionaire off of those bitcoins. But knowing him at the time, probably sold them for like 10 cents a coin.
Yeah, probably. It was like, eh.
My stepdad is, I don't know what game is Eva.
Eve
A
Online.
Eva.
Eve Online.
Eve Online.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's playing that, my stepdad, and he's in a faction of like 50 some people, or like 100 people or something. And apparently, like, this one dude somehow got to be the leader of the faction, but he was like trolling everyone, so he like kicked all these people out of it and like sold a bunch of their resources and stuff. And then like, so now my stepdad's like talking to like the developers and trying to like get them to like give them their shit back and to like kick that guy out of the game because he like trolled their whole faction or something. I don't know. It's just crazy though how like real world games have become.
Yeah.
Yeah, people get invested.
Yeah.
Like, at least their time.
I mean, look at CSGO. Like, there are skins in that game that are worth like thousands of dollars. Like, actually. On
Skins?
Yeah, like, because they're just so rare.
Oh my
And you
God.
can, like, actually redeem them for real money.
That's insane.
Like, because they have, like, a trading network on Steam where you can just trade
Jesus
shit for
Christ.
real money. It's fucked.
So what you said reminded me. I was looking it up right now. It's loading, but yeah. So basically, this one guy in r/pro revenge on Reddit, shout out, said he was playing this game, which is like a super modded, enforced sort of MMO, and the thing he played there was he was a tavern keeper. And what he did was he would just, sell drinks for hours a day to everyone that came in, all the heroes and shit. And what they were doing, let's see here. Basically, for over a year, he role-played as a simple barman, pretended to be their friend and confidant, and then, during a harvest festival where every single player on the server was in attendance, he provided his special beer, which was actually game-breakingly toxic poison. So basically, he killed everyone there, and this was a permadeath server. So what he does, he
Dude.
spent over a year just playing the lowly barman, simply for the sole purpose of just perma-killing everyone on the server.
That's bad.
With no reason. His only reasoning in the post was like, I just hated them. I just hated them with their adventurer outfits and their adventurer swords. It's like, you could have been an adventurer too. You chose to be a barman.
What game is this?
awesome.
This was a couple years ago.
It's probably fucking like, what is it?
Yeah,
What was like the first MMO? I forget.
it's called Enforced Ultima Online.
Yeah, Ultima. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's some shit from the 80s, but they made an MMO.
So,
That's
Ultima
crazy.
Online. Yeah, yeah.
I just don't get internet or like video games.
It's fucked, man. There's like actual economies
Yeah, no,
and
it's
stuff.
sad.
Like,
Like, go be an adventurer. Why did you have to spend a year of your life for this weird little win of yours?
it was for the meme, Mark.
Stuff is serious in Warcraft, though. Like, if you were a ninja, ooh, that's bad. People would get, like, kicked out of guilds, you know, because you kill the bosses in the raids, you go for the really good loot, and then somebody who doesn't really need it that much is just, like, yoink, and they win the roll, and then they got it. Then everybody gets really freaking bad. These, like, 2% drops. There's lots of rage videos, man.
Jeez.
Lots of rage.
People are assholes.
I'm sure Jimmy saw his share of that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
You said
And-
Starcraft?
Early Warcraft.
War-
like,
World of
especially
Warcraft, Mark.
World of
That
Warcraft
was-
or Warcraft?
World of Warcraft.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
There is a difference.
Okay.
There's 3 Warcraft.
Warcraft, yeah,
games.
there were
And then-
RTSs.
yeah.
And then,
What's RTS?
ah,
Is that like
What?
Civilization?
kind of, a little bit. It's like,
Or like Halo Wars?
yeah, probably closer to Halo Wars than Civ, but yeah, it's like a strategy game, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know. I never played the OG Warcraft either. But World of Warcraft takes place afterwards, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a
After
whole
all the
thing.
events.
Yeah.
I
There is a story. There's a linear
I don't know.
story.
I'm in your boat, Mark. Don't worry.
mean, that's surprising that you don't know what's going on because you're the game master.
Wow, it's not my thing,
And
man.
I'm a
Honestly,
certified old man trapped in a young man's body.
your brain just doesn't work half the time.
No,
more
it
than
doesn't.
anything.
It doesn't.
Ah,
I blame it on the lead.
all about lead paint.
Yeah, my parents figured that as a kid, when they put me in the corner, if they had me lick the wall and lick up the lead chips in the paint, it would build an immunity to lead over the course of my lifetime. And it didn't work.
That's not real.
Who was the guy that did that with like the snake poison?
No parent would do that to their child.
Have you met my parents or Karen?
No parent. Go lick up paint chips.
My dad put a
You're a
pickaxe through my
liar.
laptop. Did I ever tell you that?
That makes sense. Telling your child to lick up paint chips does not make sense.
No, it was building immunity. It was for the greater good. He thought what he was doing was right. It's like why parents would smoke while they're pregnant. You know, it's for the good of the kid. Obviously, you build a tolerance to
news.
nicotine.
Don't believe it, kids.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that. But he did smash my laptop with a pickaxe one time. I've told you that story, right?
Yeah, I think I was friends with you when it happened.
It was like my sophomore year or junior year of high school. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Has anyone not heard this story?
I feel like I have not.
I don't
So-
remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Long story short, I wasn't doing my homework, so my dad thought it'd be a good idea to take my laptop, smash it with a pickaxe in the backyard, bring it to my room with the pickaxe still in it, and drop it on my floor. And then he was like, "Here, now do your homework." It's like, that's all good and dandy, Dad, but how am I gonna do my homework now? You smashed my laptop there, Chief. So he felt really bad about it. Like he came in like an hour later, was like, "I'm so sorry." Like he was so remorseful. By then I had like a wooden chest right in front of my bed, so I displayed it on my wooden chest for like a year of just like the pickaxe in the laptop. And it wasn't until we actually needed the pickaxe again that I took it out. But yeah.
Like a shrine. You
But
just-
yeah, it was like, yeah. I thought it was hilarious because he bought the laptop for me. So if anything, he's just.
That's why he didn't feel too bad doing it.
Yeah, I guess so. He bought me a new one though.
Executive decision.
But yes, you did not make me lick paint chips containing lead off the wall as a kid.
So it's an unproven theory.
It's an unproven theory. Now, they suspect I did lick walls as a toddler, but again, unproven. We didn't know if the walls had lead, but it was a townhouse in Fishtown, so
Yum.
no matter what, it wasn't good paint.
I liked to run into streets as a child. That was kind of my thing.
Why?
I don't know. Just, I was adventurous.
Like to play.
I wanted to get to the
cars.
other side. And I came very close to death
Oh
many
my-
times. I was just like, arms spread wide, running. I didn't look.
Natural selection.
Yeah, but I lived. So it
Sometimes
didn't work out.
So,
I'm surprised that me and you in particular are alive.
Me too.
This
I'm
day.
very surprised.
Yeah. Oh.
Honestly, there were so many things that could have killed me as a child. It's
Yeah.
all good. But I made it. Made me stronger. Rattlesnakes, rusty nails, the lack of any vaccination,
Yeah, it's surprising
street
that
cars.
if the tetanus didn't get you, I would have thought that the tuberculosis or the polio or the hepatitis would have. But you're good,
I'm good.
I think. The hepatitis hasn't killed you yet.
Nope.
But I've heard good childhood stories from like Soren and Ron, or Soren and Chad. My bad. But like Sean, Ron, what are you guys? Any crazy childhood stories? Being complete assholes as a kid?
No, man.
No.
I was a good boy.
You're a good boy.
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
You had to have some rebellious streak.
Nah.
What did you do? Did you
I was a square, man.
Did you cut the wicks off your parents' candles when they weren't looking?
I mean, I would not.
That's like the least bad thing you could do.
Well, he said he was a good boy, so I don't know.
I mean, I would do that.
Did you pee on the
But
rim of
like-
the toilet seat and then not wipe it up after?
No, Mark. I wasn't an animal like you.
Oh my god.
And Mark is an animal. We all know this.
Yeah, I'm a pigsty. I'm an absolute mess. I don't know why that chair is creaking. It's never creaked before in my life, and now I'm really worried. Yeah, it's never creaked ever. That's worrying. But I know you said tell me the story about you and your brother didn't you set fire to your neighbor's lawn or something, or you sprayed something?
God. Okay. I was put up to many tasks in my youth by my older brother and his friend at the time. And that day the task was I had to go to my neighbor's yard and spray like grass killer in his grass because he was really into keeping his yard tidy, and apparently that's just the horror that they wanted to unleash upon him.
That was the dad I knew, right? The family I was friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I literally had to like sign a contract to do this. They,
From your
like-
brother?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
A
literally
blood
like,
oath.
wrote a contract, and I'm pretty sure the reward for doing this was that I got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I'm pretty sure that was the reward.
It's worth it.
Is it though? I don't know, man.
Well, what happened
Looking
again?
back.
Like you
So-
sprayed it.
I just went into the yard and I sprayed it. I kind of just like zigzagged in the spot, and I was like, I'm not gonna do the whole yard. Obviously, it was huge, but I just did a little bit and then I yeeted out of there. But then I guess like weeks later, we got like a letter from them, like one of your like children spelled man with two N's in my backyard, like. And of course, I denied it and shit. But then, dude, like a year later, Christmas came. And because I was a kid, like, that contract still existed. I never got rid of it. I just, like, crumpled it up and, like, threw it into the abyss of the basement.
Oh my god.
And then one day it was just found. And then he literally read it and the proof was there. And then he
Like,
was like,
Who were the neighbor or your dad?
my dad.
Oh.
And he was like, if, you were older, I would, like, give you up, dude, to the cops. And I was like,
I would give you up to the cops. Damn.
yeah.
Tough
so
love.
Did your brother get
I
it?
don't really blame him. No, of course not.
Because he didn't do it. He
That's
just
why he
made
made
you
the
sign the
I'm
contract
the
to do it.
culprit.
What the fuck?
He was just the commander. You're the guy. You're
No,
the
he-
foot soldier.
He probably got in trouble, but what do I know?
Mm.
I didn't hear of that. I only knew what was thrust
That's why you
upon
gotta
me.
burn your contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once
Fair.
the deed is
There's-
done, get rid of that shit. But
Oh, I burned every contract I've signed. That's why the bank took my car.
the basement
Yeah.
was always such a mess, and I was so young. I was like, yeah, this will never be found. And then the day of cleaning comes, and it's found.
Were you a crazy child, Sean?
Was I?
I can't imagine Sean being a crazy
I
guy.
don't think you were, but I
Sean was a cutie when he was a boy.
think we could be surprised.
He was a cutie. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I
You
was
were-
friends with him.
You're a nice young lad. An adorable young lad.
I had some feral moments, but
That's some
feral.
yeah.
just picture
Oh my
Sean
God.
like
Oh,
claws out, mouth.
I saw I saw a lady at like work the other day looked like spot on Gollum. It was like,
No.
Spot
and
on.
that's so mean, but it's true.
The lack of
I was
hair
just
at
like,
all.
oh my god, yeah, yes.
Just a few
Just
long
like-
hairs.
It's like, oh god.
Just walking past. No, relax him. He's a friend.
Did she get the raw fishes?
Oh man, probably.
No,
I
she's
only
like,
caught a glimpse.
that's her other personality that comes through while she's at the supermarket. She's like walking around. We like them. The workers are kind. They only make 15 an hour. Karen. They're filthy. We need discounts. Use coupon from months ago. Demand satisfaction. No, we like them. They did nothing wrong. Karen. It's like lost. And that's that. Oh.
Thank you for giving us that good impression before retreating back to the floor.
You're welcome.
My Wookiee is done.
Dude,
True.
I am just like holding back farts, so you should all thank me.
Go in
I've
the
had, like,
hallway.
Like very powerful gas that
Go.
I've just been like
Go into my brother's room.
See, I knew
Go
B-
flex it.
I
Go
knew
to my brother's
BK
room and
wasn't
strap
wasn't
it to-
BID.
No,
of
I
BK.
just
burp
boy
it out.
needs to eat. It's not coming this way though. It's coming that way.
Go in the hallway,
I
goddammit.
wish it was coming this way.
Ew.
You're all disgusting creatures.
We're
No.
natural.
We're natural.
That's
What
This
just
is
what
all
they would
natural.
say.
Feral.
Fair.
Crime.
Do you- I just remembered it. Didn't you fling poo? Who flinged poo at who?
Oh yeah, maybe we should tell that story. That's a
Oh, yes,
childhood
please.
story. So
It's a long story.
no, it's pretty short.
Yeah.
I pooed on a stick.
No. I think I need to tell this story.
I pooed on a stick.
You pooed, and then I took a stick,
Yeah.
tried
Oh.
to pick it up, and fling it at my friend Sean, who was in a little creek, and I missed. And the poo was in the water.
I thought you
It
hit
wasn't
his
the one.
pants. Didn't you hit his pants? I could have
Oh,
sworn.
not yet. I went into the waters.
Oh,
and
no.
I saw the poop in the waters.
No.
And I was faced with
No.
a choice.
No,
you know?
there's no
A
choice
once
there.
in a lifetime thing where either I did something crazy or I didn't. And I did something crazy. I grabbed that shit out of the water and I threw it at your leg. And I'm pretty sure we tried to like wash it off with Sprite. Just made
We definitely did
which
try to wash
just
it off
made
with
you
Sprite.
sticky just for the rest of the day.
I rem-
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when it was in the water and like you were going to pick it up and I was like, no, like the fish will eat that. We should let the fish eat that because I knew that if you picked it up, you were gonna throw it at me. I just knew you had that like
Dude,
I knew what you were doing. I was like, this guy's gonna throw it at me.
I
Like,
had such intent. I really did.
and even when you picked it up and sort of like
There
like
was a
cradled
moment,
it in your hand, I was like, don't throw that poop at me. And then it was too late. It was already on its
there
way.
was a moment of savoring, you know.
Oh my god.
That was that the Blair Mill Woods?
Yeah,
The-
of
the-
course.
It had
right
The
at the bridge.
breeding ground for
right at the
dumbassery.
bridge. Yep.
That was the pack
Yeah.
that
See,
sealed our
kids
fate.
nowadays just go there and litter and smoke weed. I threw poop at my friends.
You threw poop and smoked weed.
Yeah. Well, no, there
we
was
weren't
no
smoking
weed.
weed.
There was
We were in
no
5th
weed.
grade.
Yeah, come on.
We
were
weren't
good.
that crazy.
You guys were good boys.
I waited until 7th grade to smoke weed.
Yeah,
all right?
come on, man. Sort of you crazy.
That did remind me of the time we well, 2 times, but like the time we fell asleep. It was like December,
In the
and we
cold,
fell asleep
yes.
out in the open. Yeah,
Yes.
I forget. We were walking to Chad's house, and then we had to double back because I think Soren forgot something at his house, so we all had a group. This is before we were driving. We were like 15, 14 years old. And yeah, like 15 years old. We all doubled back to your house to grab something. I think a bowl. I don't know.
Probably weed or
Probably
a
a
bowl
bowl,
or
who
something.
knows? Yeah, on the way back, we stopped at Blair Mill, And we're like, oh my god, guys, look at the stars. This is so beautiful. So we all laid down and like we all had like our heads on each other's bellies. We're like in a little like pentagon of heads and bellies.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, this is so nice. And it was like 17 degrees out. It was freezing.
It was cold,
It was
but it was
fucking
warm in
freezing.
each other's arms.
Yeah, and then we started falling asleep, and I believe it was Eric, like, or one of us bolted upright and was like, guys, wake up!
No, I think it was me because
Was
I
it
was
you?
like, I was like, I'm so comfy, I could fall asleep right now. Like that would be great.
I started falling
And then I
was
looked
like,
around, and everybody else was like falling asleep, and I was like, "Oh, this is no, this is what they. You don't do this. If you fall asleep in the cold, you never wake up." And I was like, I don't want the janitor to come out in the morning and be like, "Shit."
Yeah. It's five.
We don't want to do that
five.
for his sake. For our sake, it's like it would have been a fine death.
Honestly, though, it was comfy. It
It
felt
comfy.
warm.
We were with our loved ones. It would have been a fine death. But for the janitor's sake, the next day,
Would you have died?
We
though?
couldn't do
You
that.
probably
we
wouldn't have died.
probably could have.
realistically.
It
We
was
probably
cold as shit.
would have woken up at like 3 a.m. just like with
Yeah.
hypothermia. Like
I think we definitely
Could
could
have
have
died.
died.
We probably wouldn't have died, but we definitely would have gotten hypothermia.
yeah, we
It
definitely
would have been a fucking
gotten
experience
sick.
either way.
Because it was fucking cold. It was like January, February. It was
Yeah,
cold
it was
months.
freezing. It was like
It was
very,
definitely
very
It
cold.
was below freezing for sure.
Yeah.
Like when we got there, and it was still like relatively early in the night.
Watching the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I am, yeah. You've been here for like 2 hours.
I didn't know you were such a connoisseur.
We haven't been here
of
for
black
2
culture.
hours.
Yeah, it's a fun TV show. Yeah. My brother, I watched a few episodes as a kid, but was never really into it. And Connor started watching. My brother started watching it, and yeah, I started watching it. I'm on season 4. They replaced Aunt Vivian with another actress, and I'm pissed as hell. But you know,
I never got too into the Fresh Prince, but the episodes I watch are pretty good.
it's
There's
a fun
that
time.
one episode where his dad
That's in like the last season.
walks
I think.
out on him.
Yeah.
That's like a famous clip.
Yeah,
That's one of the few times. No, I guess that's not really the few. Will Smith is a good actor, but he was really good in that scene.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure his dad walked out in real life, so it was probably a pretty
Yeah.
painful experience for him.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
I'm sorry there.
How have they not done a Fresh Prince reboot though?
Oh, they probably will.
They probably
They-
will, but I mean they've done it for every
Pretty
other.
sure they did.
Yeah,
I'm
Did
pretty
sure
I'm pretty
did.
sure they
They
did.
would've.
No,
actually.
they did a reunion, but not like a reunion.
No, I think they already shot it.
No.
No, I swear to God, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Jamie, pull that video up.
Yeah, because I literally remember seeing the commercial for it, and it's like it's a reboot
No.
with a new cast but the same story.
The new cast.
And like, there's like a little cameo from Will Smith in that. trailer, I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
believe that.
Let me look it up. I
So,
swear to God, I saw this.
So yeah.
I think it's a movie. They made a movie.
What? No.
Yeah, I think they made a movie out of it. Or something.
Jesus. Ron, what time are we at now?
Half an hour.
That's it?
Yeah, Mark.
Holy shit, we started this late as heck.
Yeah, it came out in 2019. It was called Bel-Air,
Ugh.
Never heard of it.
and it's a film adaptation, a short fan film. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Written and directed by Morgan Cooper, based on the 1990 sitcom.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a fan film, but it still was released. It was only 4 minutes long, though. But I remember I saw the trailer for it, and I thought it was feature length.
It's 4 minutes long?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How do you even do that? How do you?
It's a short film. I don't know. It's probably just like based on like one scene from one episode or something. I don't even know. Or like one plot line from an episode condensed into a 1 minute film.
Is that really the move though? Remaking stuff from the '90s? Because I mean, it's still pretty '90s.
It's a pretty good cast, right?
I guess Fuller House. The fuck
Yeah.
is Fuller House? How do you?
Oh,
Hey, they
that
made their
flopped.
money and they run.
I guess so.
So
Isn't she in jail right now, Aunt Becky?
She's not in jail.
Or,
but
like-
she had to go to court because
Yeah.
she like
She paid to
she
get her
got
daughter
her yeah
into
she
like a
faked like
prestigious-
photos of her daughter doing sports that she didn't do and like grades that she didn't get.
Mhm.
There's actually like a whole documentary on Netflix about the guy that she hired to do it, and he like does it. He's been doing it for years and has done it for many students. And she was just like the most famous case that had happened, and kind of like how he got exposed because she was like a celebrity, and they looked a little deeper into it. But he like would go under the guise of like being their like tutor, and being like, yeah, I'll get him better grades. But then he would talk to the parents in private and be like, I offer this special deal where I can just fake all their grades and give you pictures of them doing photoshopped sports that they never did.
I mean,
And they were like, yeah, my kid's a fucking dumbass, so I'm going to need that. They literally would. They'd be like, yeah, I need him to go to Ivy League, and he's really dumb, so
from what I
I'll
gather,
pay you
though,
$5,000 or whatever to
Probably
fake
more
this
than
thing.
that.
Yeah, more than that.
Like probably
Like 20,000 or
10,000.
some shit, yeah. But then they would
Especially
also,
for celebrities.
he would work with the fucking things because he would take that money and he would give it to the schools as a donation. He would give it to like people at the schools, like he would pay them off in like donations to the school.
that's how it works anyway,
Like
right?
specific to their
Yeah.
sports program. He would like, yeah. And then it was fucked. It was a whole thing.
From what I gathered, though, from what I've heard, rumor mill down the grapevine, etc. BS. Like, didn't the kids they did fine though once they got into the school? Because like,
Maybe. I don't know.
because like, I know it was
Kind of just fucked that it happened.
it was an
though, I don't-
admission scandal, but like, I think it's fucked that. From what I hear, the kids didn't do terribly when they got into the school, which makes me believe like. So if the school's not even that challenging, why are you charging like $100,000 a year?
Because of the name.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's all about
It's all-
prestige.
Yeah, it's all,
It's all about
prestige.
money.
That's some bullshit.
The culture of it.
So what I think I'm more mad about is like, why do you have to hire someone to get your kid into a school in which they could actually like do like they
Well,
could
because they don't have the grades to actually get in.
yeah exactly
or
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. But like if once they're in the college they can handle the workload. Why do they have to be like super top notch to even get in if like they can handle it once they're in anyway?
Like, why are those the requirements
Yeah,
for the college?
Why are the
to-
requirements so tight if they can handle the fucking school?
Because
load?
they need like
Because then-
scholars
yeah.
who are going to go on
It
and do
also
great
like
things and
allows them to
represent
charge
their school.
exuberant amounts.
Exactly, it's all about
because
the
it's
prestige.
just like
Yeah,
the money.
all it's like this is top tier shit. This is
We-
top tier dollar.
Yeah, American college dogmas fucked.
Fuck college.
I would
Awesome.
definitely
College
like to
is
learn.
fucked.
It's really
The American college system is fucked.
I'd like to learn about European college systems because, like, I'm sure there's some faults in them. I
I'm
don't
sure
know them off
there
the top
are.
of my head, but like, there's faults with everything. I'm sure if
Yeah.
you dig deep enough, you're gonna find.
But it's not as like crazy as us, where we charge like hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college.
Would you like a pillow?
No, I'm chilling.
You can use that duffel bag behind you. It's full of clothing. If you want to.
I'm chill.
Soren's on the floor right now, so this isn't a visual show.
Right. Yeah.
This isn't a visual shit.
Soren lies upon the floor, his belly exposed, arms outstretched, hair flowing in the non-existent wind.
That's a sigh of relief.
Paint me
This
like
is
one of your
burdens are
French guys.
alleviated for just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. So,
Can you paint like Jack, Mark?
paint like Jack?
Yeah, paint like Jack. Like
The
Paint-
fuck is Jack? Jackson Pollock?
no.
Jack from
no,
Titanic.
Could you paint me like one of your French girls?
No.
But why, Mark?
Because I
What if
suck.
I paid you money to do it?
Hypothetically, we were sitting down, and you were very skilled in the art of painting, and you had previously before painted models that were indeed from France. Could you potentially then paint me like one of your French girls?
I'm gonna say no because I don't paint hoes.
Fuck. Ooh.
Although Kate Winslet was a hoe. Not Kate Winslet.
Whoa.
Kate Winslet was great. Her character was
Her
a
character
hoe.
was not a hoe.
Her character was a hoe.
She was in love.
The Titanic was sailing for like 2 days. You're telling me in like 2 days she met this
It's
dude,
not-
fell in love, and fucked him in a car that she
It's
didn't even
not
own?
supposed to. It feels more like a week.
It's probably about a week. in
No,
movie.
it was not on. It was
When
like,
how long did it take the Titanic to sink from the time they left? It was
I don't know.
It was like 5 days, wasn't it?
either way, a week. You're engaged.
That's more than 2 days.
You're engaged to
That's
a dude.
2 times more than.
I mean,
2
she was gonna
times.
kill herself like before, right? She was just gonna jump off the boat
Why would she do
She
that?
was
because she was
because
depressed
she
because
was
they were
engaged
rich,
to Cal.
right?
No, not because she was depressed that they were rich, Ron. You pessimist.
No, I know.
Because she was engaged to Cal and she was forced
But-
into it, and he was an abuser.
He wasn't abusive. Was he abusive?
He literally
I don't
hits her in that movie.
Does he?
Yes.
And he
No.
He
flips the
pushes.
table
Yeah,
and
he like
shit.
flips a table and like pushes her and like grabs her and shit.
Really? I haven't seen that movie since I was like 8 years old. Probably not a great movie to show your 8-year-old kid, but I have not seen that movie in over,
Oh, it's
what, a
romantic.
decade and a half.
Nah,
I've never
It's
seen that movie.
You've never seen
it's
Titanic?
long as fuck. Man.
My God, Sean.
I know Celine Dion, apparently, Kate Winslet was saying that every time she hears My Heart Will Go On, she wants to puke. And Celine Dion was like, well, fuck you, it's not your song, it's mine, so who cares? And I love Celine Dion. She's a national treasure. Not our nation, but some nations. Canada's.
Is she
nation.
Canadian?
She's
Or-
Canadian, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's a national goddamn treasure.
Canada.
Fuck, I
Canada.
love Celine Dion.
I want to freeze honey, sort of like how Canadians like freeze maple syrup. I want to freeze honey. Try that. I bet
You
it's
like
pretty
lick
good.
it? Do you like the frozen maple syrup or?
I feel like
What?
it was in French class that they showed a documentary and they like put it on a stick and they froze it just outside because it's cold, and then they would dip it in snow.
Yum.
Dip your maple syrup in snow.
You're like a popsicle covered in snow.
Huh.
Filled with maple syrup.
Are you guys familiar with the process of making maple syrup?
Are you?
I am.
Don't you
Isn't that your dream, Mark?
stick a thing in the tree
Yeah, yeah.
and you like drain it out.
Yeah.
Stick a tap in there.
So I think
And then you drink out of it.
you have to
Like
get
a
the
straw.
sap during the freeze thaw, when like all the sap is like it was frozen because it was winter and now it's thawing out because it's spring. You gather the sap and then you boil it. And from what I hear, it could take anywhere from 50 gallons to 100 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So like you have to slave over the fucking like pot as you're boiling it and like stir it. You have to like stir it
Like
constantly.
a fucking witch at
Damn.
the cauldron.
Yeah,
Just-
for like hours as it boils down and condenses into syrup.
Yeah.
This is so exciting for a podcast, isn't it? Learn about how maple syrup is made. But
I mean,
Just in case you didn't know,
in case you didn't know,
I didn't
maybe
know.
someone's an aspiring maple
and-
syrup farmer.
I am.
I mean,
that-
you are.
That's been my
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I think
maybe
I told
there's
Ron.
maybe there's a guy who wants
what are
to
you gonna
start
move to Canada?
a farm with
No,
you,
I
Mark.
want to go like North or South Dakota. I still want to be in America, but I want to go somewhere cold and away from people because I don't like people. This has been ever since I was 14 years old. This has been my dream is to retire and have a large estate with lots of maple trees where I can just make maple syrup.
How
Because
much?
it's fun.
I'm curious, how much sap does a tree yield?
That's a good question. I don't know. I do know that the when I was 14, I went to on a Boy Scout trip to a guy's place where he made maple syrup just for fun. Like he was retired. He owned a trailer park, so all his income was based off of the rent from the trailer park. So in his spare time, he just made maple syrup and just gave it away. But we rode around on ATVs and like golf carts and shit, just gathering sap pretty much all day. And there was a lot of buckets. Apparently that year wasn't very good, but it was enough to give us a case to go home with. And of course, each of us scouts got a bottle, and our scoutmaster got like 15 bottles because that's how capitalism works.
Exactly.
Trickle down.
Trickle down economics.
Meanwhile, he sat in the guest house. The guy had like 2 guest houses.
See, that's why you become a scoutmaster.
Exactly. Free maple syrup.
You get free shit.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you give it to the kids, and they're happy. They're like, "Wow!" But they got nothing on
Oh
you.
no, that I was super happy. I was like, oh my god, I get me and my brother. We each get a bottle, so we have 2 bottles of maple syrup. And then we got in the car. Our stepmom was like, "Why the fuck did you guys only get 1? There's like a whole extra case." I was like, "Yeah, but that's for our scoutmaster." She's like, "But he's 1 person. What? Why?" So you got a good point there.
He's like a dealer. He's
Yeah.
gonna deal that out.
Yeah.
What's good maple syrup?
It was amazing maple syrup because like
There you go.
the maple syrup you get in stores, like it's so high in high fructose corn syrup. It's like a sludge,
Yeah,
Real maple syrup is more watery.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you could boil it down even more to make it more thick, but like
Yeah.
base level maple syrup isn't super sweet.
Yeah, if you get like the organic stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty
really
watery. It's not super duper sweet. Like
No.
it's
It's got a little bit of like I guess bitterness. Just like
it tastes more earthy.
earthy.
You can
Like
kind of
yeah.
taste the sap and like
Exactly.
where it's coming from.
So yeah, I would love as long as I could remember. Well, not really. Ever since I was 14, I've always just wanted to retire and have a maple syrup farm. So
Beautiful.
When do you think the latest somebody gained consciousness in their lives was? So you know how like when you're like 3 or whatever, you like turn on for real, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
you're
you're
like
yeah.
3, you start developing like actual memories.
Yeah.
And, like
consciousness.
You're like
you become
you're pretty much aware of your existence.
right.
So that's why you don't remember anything as a baby,
Right.
because you weren't there really.
Yeah, your brain just doesn't
Brain.
have that function.
Your brain was just
to keep
chaos.
thoughts. It's just so small.
You think
just-
someone went through like 10 years of that, just like
I think it was
turn.
me.
I think it was
22. I just turned on
I
last
just
Tuesday.
turned on last Tuesday.
It's always last Tuesday. That's when the universe began.
All my ridges
Universe.
happened at
That's
once.
when the
My
universe
brain
became-
was just flat, and then it was just like,
Yeah.
whoa,
My brain was smooth and cute, and now it's wrinkled and ugly.
ugly and gray. It was nice and pink.
Nice and pink.
Okay. Would you guys like to take a quick break? Hear from word from our sponsors?
Our non-existent sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, I
Voodoo Ranger.
will eat a Klondike bar. Klondike, give us money.
Klondike, give us money. Voodoo Ranger, give us money.
Hashtag, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Tell us in the comments
Hopefully,
below.
just buy one. Go to the store
Yeah,
and buy one
spend-
with your money. How else are you going in?
What,
How would
like,
you
how
get
much
that
is
money?
one
Yeah,
Klondike bar? Like $2, $2.50?
But what if you
Wow.
didn't have
Pack
to
of six
spend
was
money on a Klondike
Yeah,
bar? That's what
$4.
they're saying.
You have to make just a sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the Klondike deity.
It's pretty much asking you, like, what would you do for $1?
But it's not $1, it's a Klondike bar.
Yeah, but it's equivalent to
Yes,
$1.
but Sean, a sweet, scrumptious chocolate-covered ice cream ball that is a Klondike bar? So chocolatey and creamy in your mouth? Isn't that worth more than $1?
Of course it's worth more than $1, and it
Exactly.
tastes all the better based on what you did to get that.
Should we...
So why don't you... Listen, everybody listening here, just smash that like button with your fist. Try to lick it with your tongue. Try to smash that with your tongue. See if you can do that. Only 5% of all people on this planet can smash the like button with their tongue. And tell us in the comments below, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Release your anger, Mark.
Yes.
Hello.
Welcome to a new segment we like to call Mark's Weekly Rage. As we all know, I'm probably going to die at the age of 33 and a half, according to a heart attack, due to my lack of diet, but mostly my unyielding and really unworthy rage. I don't know why I'm so angry all the time. But basically, I was thinking about parking spots. Ron sent me a picture earlier today, because I'm known as the bad parking spot guy, apparently. Ron sent me a picture of a person who's parking terribly. And Ron, where was this car located in the parking lot? It looked like it was like midway.
It was like in the towards the back more.
Well, that's slightly,
So it's whatever.
it's slightly
But it's
more
just the
acceptable.
principle.
It's the
It's
principle.
like what the fuck,
It's
man?
it's literally, and they pulled through. You can see they pulled through.
Yeah.
Is
I
it-
saw them get out of the car.
Is it really that hard to just fucking park between the two lines? Like, how lazy of a person do you have to be? How much of a piece of shit do you have to be to simply, they're simply like, you know what? I'm not going to move my car 2 feet to the right. I'm just going to park right in between these two spots. You know why? Because I don't care. Because I want to. Like, what?
Well, then you could be that guy too, Mark.
I'm not going to be that guy because
You
I
could
have a
do
code
it
of
because
honor.
you want to.
Because I adhere to the social contract.
May I interject?
Yes.
So, Ron, you watched this guy park on the line, like in the middle of
Well,
the line, and
I
you
didn't.
didn't.
I
You
didn't
weren't
see
like,
them park. Is the thing, but I saw that they came back to their car and then they like got something and then they went.
I would have been like, nice
was
park
like, wow.
job, bozo. Like,
Nah, man. Look, no, she was.
But-
She looked like a Karen, honestly.
yeah.
So what?
So I was just like, nah, dude. I was on my lunch.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to start some shit.
And that's
She just starts coming at you.
You could
Yeah.
have made her a national
Yeah.
treasure.
Wanna fuck with me?
Whip out your phone.
Pull up that Instagram, brother. Do some live feed. But no, that's why I want to start selling cars cards, not cars. Cards with a D, because in that situation, you didn't have to confront her. You could have just left that card
no, I mean, I was
tucked
thinking
right
about
in
that.
between the window and the door, or tucked in the door handle. It's just like, hey, nice park job, asshole. And then they come back, they take the card, they look at it, and go, oh, who's watching? Who?
Or just carry around a notebook, because maybe that's even. Well, no, the card's
Exactly,
good
yes.
if you have a pre-prepared.
Sean pulled up. I see you didn't subscribe to my.
I just did.
Oh, you did? Awesome. Anyway,
Bad park jobs on Instagram.
bad.parkjobs on Instagram. Please follow. But yeah, look at this. Like, they parked on the line. Like, they could have parked 3 feet to the left. They would have been totally fine. They even parked, like, a perfect distance from the back line. Like,
It's like
they
a
were
target.
okay.
Like it's like they're in the middle of the target right there.
They were okay.
Four
Like,
spots.
how much of a dickhole do you have to be like, just to consciously make the decision that you're not going to park like a normal human being?
You have to be like fully a dickhole.
Like,
Like you're not a person, you are a dickhole.
Mhm.
yes.
Like you're not even
You
like.
are the urethra.
Yeah, you're the urethra.
They
You're
start
just a
calling you
shell.
Urethra Franklin.
Urethra Franklin.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That was out of line, but it was a pun.
It had to happen.
Let's move on to something less offensive.
Yeah,
Yeah, something less
that's it for
offensive.
Mark's weekly rage. And honestly, that's most of where my rage comes from, is people on the road. You guys have all driven with me in the car before. It's not a pretty sight. I probably should go see a person about
I
this.
should go see a person.
About
That's
this
probably how
specific
you're gonna
issue.
die, Mark. You're just gonna like have a stroke behind the wheel.
Road
Just, like,
Rage is normal. I was getting mad on the road the other day because
I always
Hapro. I work in Hapro and like at a pizza place and I deliver pizza. And Hapro was closed off. Wait, should I not have said where we live?
No,
No,
it's
that's
fine.
fine.
it's
Okay,
whatever.
we live in Hapro.
We all live.
Well, Sean, why don't you
Probably
go
all of our subscribers live in Hapro. Like all
Yeah.
4 of them.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
28. You're 28.
We're up to 28 now.
We're up to 28 subscribers.
I thought so.
Where-
Oh my god.
Where's our
We're
G
getting
Fuel
big
sponsor?
leagues.
It's been
Us.
like that for a while. I feel.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the strip of Hapro was closed, and I couldn't like park in the parking lot of my pizza place, and there were like
19 subscribers.
detours and all
My
that
bad.
stuff. But I was behind this guy for so long, and he was just driving like a buffoon. Like I tried to get a good look at him to see if he was actually a monkey or a gorilla or something that had stolen a vehicular machine. Like this guy didn't know what turn signals were. He didn't know what fucking stop signs were, and I was just. Honestly, I was wailing on my horn behind him. I was just punching my steering wheel in a fury as this idiot was like swerving through the fucking lanes, man. I was so fucking pissed off. And I think he was doing it to get a reaction out of me, and I was just feeding into his sick fantasy, man. I was like, no, it was not okay. I was like, you motherfucker, punching my steering wheel, and he was just like swerving in between the lanes. I was so angry. Anyway,
I've never seen your
All
face
right.
get so red in my life.
So funny.
Let's tone it down by thinking of a man we appreciate, though.
I will
Is-
say, sorry, go on.
Do you remember that guy? The
The cool guy?
the cool guy.
What cool guy?
That guy was cool.
You were there for the cool guy, weren't you?
What cool guy?
The cool guy in Hapro.
I
with
met
the
a lot of cool
car.
guys in Hapro, Ron. Be fucking specific.
Sean knows what I mean.
Yeah, he did the... What did he do? He did something
He
cool.
would point for. Remember, he didn't have turn signals.
Oh yeah, he was driving like an old
So-
Model
yeah,
T.
he was like,
Yeah.
he would just point. Yeah,
He
Yeah.
would just point and he'd be like, I'm going there. Like, whether you like it or not, that's the direction I'm going.
and we were just like behind him, and
In
we were
awe.
like, "Look at this man!
Like,
What a sexy guy!"
I mean, first of all,
I think of that guy a lot.
he was
I do,
driving like an
personally.
old school, like restored Model T. Like that car was old as shit. And he was just
So
like pointing
awesome.
out the window. It's like Sean's like, I'm going here. I'm doing
Yeah, no, he knew how cool he was, though, man. He like looked back and he was like,
it.
you know,
He was
Uh,
cool. He was
just to
really
bring
cool.
him up, bring up a happier time on the road.
yeah.
For me personally, I'm sure.
I mean, I feel like any driver has experienced some form of anger.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's
Rage.
have you? You drive
Yeah, all the time.
all the time. It's
They-
natural.
They always try it. I'm like, don't try it, Anakin. Don't do it.
I
You
drive
don't have the power.
Yeah.
I drive in Philly a lot to go to LaSalle and Temple and all that.
Yeah, you're a
Sure,
popular
so-
guy.
Oh yeah, I'm so
Always
popular.
going to parties.
No, it's usually
about us.
to pick up Mez. But Yeah, no, I've gotten really good at telling when people are going to cut me off. Like I
Yeah.
can see the way they move. I'm like, yep, it's going to happen. And then of course, what they do, they almost cause an accident. And I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew you were going to be a major gaping dick hole.
Yeah.
So
Don't
Another dick.
don't
hole.
trust anybody on
No.
the road.
Some people are humans, but some people are just
idiots.
dick holes. They're walking around and their penis, they're the hole of a penis, and it's.
they're just
in
open.
their
But you
hand.
can't tell because they
On-
look like people,
Yeah.
but underneath,
It's like
It's all dick.
Invasion of the Body
But
Snatchers.
not even a dick, just the penis
Invasion
hole.
of the body snatchers.
A full-on penis hole.
They feed off
Void.
road rage.
Like they kind of look like a
Assholes.
vagina. It's just the whole part, but like spread.
It's just the whole
What?
what?
Don't even worry about it. Moving on.
I won't worry about that.
I'm a little worried about it, but I will
No,
move
you
on.
should be a little worried about it. You're just bringing up dick holes,
Yeah.
and like it's just good.
It's just good.
It's just good. Good stuff.
Did remind me of, I think it was me and Mez's like third day. I'd never driven in Center City before, and we went to the Franklin Institute. First of all, I didn't realize that unless there's a special exhibit, the Franklin Institute is like pretty much for kids.
Yeah, pretty much. I
I was
mean,
like-
it's still cool though.
Yeah, I hadn't
Honestly.
been there since I took a 5th grade field trip. So I was telling Mez, like, I was like, oh, it's going to be a great, there's all this cool stuff there. And we got there, it's like, oh, right, it was cool for a 5th grader. But for a 22-year-old kid, that's, it's not going to do it, Chief. But no, we decided we were going to go to Center City to get Chipotle for whatever reason. I don't know
Shawarma?
why specifically Chipotle. There's an entire city, 1.5 million people, probably like 100,000 restaurants. And we chose Chipotle to go to. So we're driving.
There's
It's like,
so many good restaurants here.
I know. Well, I mean, now that I'm older, like I know better restaurants. Like I've been trying to get more acclimated to the food culture there, but no, whatever. I only made like $10 an hour at that point, so it was also within my price range. But we're driving. I'd never driven in Center City before, so I was freaking the fuck out the entire time, like gripping, like white knuckling my steering wheel, just screaming at people, like freaking out. And then all of a sudden, like Mez is just like, "Hey, Mark, you want to calm down a little bit?" And I was like, "Oh, right. Like there are some people in this world that I haven't known since I was like in 6th grade, and they don't know that I'm a complete asshole. I should probably tone it down." So as we get out of the car and we go to eat, I'm super worried. I'm like, "Oh, I just blew the chances with this girl I've been seeing, and blah 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 blah." And she's like, "Yeah, you're being a bit of a bitch boy, Mark. You're a little bit of a bitch boy. You really tone it down. I mean, I wasn't afraid of you or anything. You were just being a bit of a bitch." I'm like,
That's so
fair
funny.
enough.
But you are a bitch, though,
That's so
Mark.
funny.
Especially when,
She was pretty on the money.
She was on the money. I would have figured it would have taken like at least 2 or 3 more days before she figured that out. But no, she really dialed that one in there.
She down. Yeah, no. Respect for Maddie.
Yeah, no, like to this day, like whenever I'm being like road rage, she's like, "Hey, Mark, being a bit of a bitch boy, you want to tone it down there?" Like, fuck.
That's
If I
hilarious.
have to.
That's hilarious.
Driving in when you guys get your cars / licenses, don't drive in the city ever.
Yeah.
Don't go to a city ever again in your life.
Or just like take the train in.
Yeah.
Take the train. I still try to take the trains.
The train.
Speaking of
Train
which,
is cheap.
I found blood on the sidewalk one time. Like me and my dad were on a Boy Scout trip, and we were sleeping on an aircraft carrier, and we had to go and walk to get our car to leave. And when we exited, there was like a literal trail of blood on the sidewalk. We were like, "Oh, that's fucking disgusting. Let's get some.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get some shish kebabs."
Was that in the city?
Yeah, it was in New York.
Yeah, some
It was in New York.
Yeah, no, it was a straight up blood trail. Like it was like
Fuck.
leading off and around the corner. We're like, we're not gonna follow that.
That was probably the mob or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus
I guess the
Christ.
mob wouldn't.
Or like a homeless
They
person
just
cut their
put
leg
cinder
open.
blocks on your feet and throw you in the harbor. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Who knows?
The moral of the story is don't go to the city. It's disgusting. Full of disgusting people. I can tell you.
Yeah.
Don't
fuck
go
the
to the
city.
city.
Don't go to the city.
No, I like the cities.
No, you guys need to all move to the Midwest where there's like one person every 10 square miles. You can go your entire life knowing 5 people.
5 tornadoes per person.
5 tornadoes per. Yep. Yeah, boys.
Fuck that, man.
Fuck.
Why would you actively choose to live in a place like
I
that?
mean, I wouldn't mind going somewhere like Colorado or like
Yeah.
North Dakota, but
Yeah.
like Ohio.
No. Ohio.
No.
Ohio's not that far. Ohio's right next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was close.
Do they get tornadoes there? A lot.
Probably
Wait.
closer to the western
Yeah,
side.
they're not a huge part of Tornado Alley,
Tornado.
Probably very rarely, if ever.
but they are considered Midwest. I think.
Colorado's cool.
Cool guy, Colorado.
All right.
Yeah. I want to go to Colorado, but I've never been, so I have nothing to contribute.
I want to go to Colorado.
You went for your sister's wedding, right?
Yeah, it's cool. We were in Boulder and
Nice.
we went up to the Rockies a couple days. It's cool. The atmosphere is a lot thinner there because of the altitude, like compared to what I'm used to. So you could be walking around and you'd be like, oh god, I'm out of breath, man.
Ah.
I think bikers train there for like sports and stuff
Right.
because of the
I
atmosphere.
mean, if you can get used to low oxygen altitude, high oxygen altitude probably kicks ass.
Yeah.
But I know when your family moved here, Soren, you guys came from, I almost said Florida. Not Colorado.
Jesus.
You guys came from California.
Mhm.
Didn't you have a hard time like adapting to the humidity up here or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that? Like you guys, I remember in gym class you were telling me.
Hating it. I still hate it. It sucks. I mean, I feel like even people who live here their whole lives hate it. Like,
Yeah.
the humidity sucks, dude.
I've never left Southeast PA. And
Dude,
I hate it.
it's disgusting. The East
Yeah.
Coast.
The East.
Yeah.
Oh, so like while we're talking about it, I've always wanted to ask you, like, is there any redeeming qualities like to the East Coast that you love? Like, is there anything
I
that you
mean, I've lived on the East Coast most of my life, so I like the East Coast. I mean, I just know the East Coast better than I know the West Coast at this point. But I do feel like when I go back, it will just be like, I don't know. I'll feel at home there too, probably with whatever vibe.
Mm.
It'll just be like still in me. I feel like I'll fit in.
From what I gather, there's like a huge cultural difference in like just the way people interact with each other.
Yeah.
Like I've never left Southeast PA, so I don't really know what it's like
Mm.
to be around relaxed
Yeah.
people.
I wonder, like, because I'm like, I don't know. People always tell me that I'm like in service when I do service stuff. That I'm like so nice.
Mhm.
But I wonder if I like was on the West Coast, people would just be like, yeah, you're just like a regular.
Mhm.
They're just like doing.
Would they?
I wonder if it like it's just because the East Coast people are just like, what the fuck? Why are you talking like you're happy to be alive? Shit's fucked.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe on the West Coast they'd be a little bit more like, yeah, he's just like happy dude.
Or do you think you've been corrupted enough that the people on the West Coast be like, why is this guy so rude? Like, are you just the perfect medium?
Or I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Too much Northeast in you? Who knows?
I don't know. I was hanging out with Jonathan Dorff today. He offered wants to fly me out to LA to hang out for like a week or something.
Wow. Oh, good for you.
It'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Go out there to LA, maybe catch up with your brother. Taylor moved back out there. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
He's in North.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a
WSA?
hella far. That would be like
Yeah.
like a 5-hour drive or
Yeah,
something. Probably.
California is pretty big.
It's very big.
Yeah.
LA's like bottom,
Yeah,
and Humboldt's like top.
way up top.
So it would be like a 6-hour, 5-hour drive, which I wouldn't do. But yeah, but it'll be fun
That's cool.
if that happens.
Does he live out there? Jonathan?
Yeah,
He's from around here, right? That's why
Yeah.
he came to see our play back in
yeah,
the
he's
day.
from like Cheltenham.
Just like Little Dicky.
Yeah, they're both Jewish.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh. Understandable. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
It feels like we're winding down. But
Yeah.
does anybody have any passionate topics,
Any-
burning subjects they want to get out?
Any closing thoughts for the week? I got nothing.
I'm just about spent as well.
It's been a spent night.
Feeling slopped out.
we're getting sloppy.
They are getting
Getting
stuff.
sloppy here on the Slop channel.
I'll say everybody be nice to each other. Be kind-hearted to the creatures around you. Be they humankind or animal kind.
Drink water.
And drink
Stay
water.
hydrated.
Don't park like a gaping urethra.
Yeah. Or else you might get
Gaping
featured.
urethra.
Use
Yes.
return signals.
Use return signals. Or else
Use
you
your
might
turn.
end up on social
Write your
media.
senator.
Right, your senator. Ted Cruz was probably the Zodiac killer.
Good chance. Who knows?
I could see it.
At
All right.
Bad park jobs.
At bad park jobs.
And we love you.
At that part.
We do love you.
Much love.
Good night.
Good night.
And good luck.
Good night.
Oh.